6 months later. EMEKA's rebuilt company is growing faster than before, leaner, smarter, untouchable. But a new threat emerges. Someone powerful is trying to block his licenses and contracts from above.
Port licenses blocked. Someone made a call.
5 minutes, everyone out. Who?
Senator Briggs.
Dare's man.
His godfather.
Good. I've been waiting.
Every empire has a ceiling, an invisible hand that decides how high certain people are allowed to rise. EMEKA had hit that ceiling before and didn't recognize it. This time he felt it the moment it appeared. And this time he knew exactly how to go through it. Senator Briggs, old, powerful, untouchable by conventional means, summons EMEKA to a private meeting. He expects to intimidate him. He has completely misjudged the man sitting across from him.
Hard man to discourage, I know. Walk away from the port contracts quietly, we have no problem. And if I don't, you'll find out how many doors I own.
Power that has never been challenged, believes it is permanent. Senator Briggs had closed doors on better men than EMEKA and watched them disappear quietly. He did not yet understand that he was not dealing with a man who
3
needed
offshore
doors.
accounts. 18 months of movement.
If this falls apart, EMEKA carries it alone.
How long enough?
I should never have fired you.
No, you shouldn't have.
Zara reveals she has been quietly collecting something far more powerful than legal documents, recorded conversations, financial trails, and a witness inside the senator's own circle. The most underestimated weapon in any war is the person everyone forgot was in the room. Zara had been invisible to powerful men her entire career. She had used every second of that invisibility wisely. And now, quietly, precisely, she handed EMEKA the key to a door nobody
Where did
even
you
knew
get that?
existed.
Same place you got everything you used against me.
EMEKA returns to the senator this time with the hard drive. No threats, no anger. Just one quiet conversation that changes everything. The senator's confidence evaporates in real time.
Corporate fraud guilty. Document forgery guilty.
Do something!
There's nothing left.
EMEKA, we can still fix this!
Behind every empire, every rise, every fall, every war fought in boardrooms and parking garages and courtrooms, there is always one person who never stopped praying, who never stopped believing, who carried the weight of your dream on a back that was never meant for that much weight. EMEKA had fought for many things. But tonight, on a quiet phone call to a woman who sold
EMEKA,
firewood for his
it's
school
late.
fees,
I know,
he understood for the first
You only
time
called us
exactly
late
who
when
he had been
something
fighting
happened.
for.
I just wanted to hear your voice.
Is it over? Come home soon, my...
A year later. EMEKA's empire is now larger than before, but a new generation of enemies has emerged, younger, digital, more dangerous. They launch a coordinated media attack to destroy his reputation overnight.
It's everywhere. They dropped it all at midnight.
How fast?
40,000 shares, 2 hours, 3 TV stations.
Good. They just showed me exactly who they are and exactly where they're standing.
Every attack reveals the attacker, their timing, their tools, their fear. Because people only attack what threatens them. And in choosing midnight, in choosing to strike while the city slept, they had told EMEKA everything he needed to know. They were afraid. And afraid men always make mistakes.
I have children. I have Tunde. Stop. Just tell me, is there an end to this?
One by one, EMEKA's partners begin receiving pressure to cut ties. Most hold. But one, a close friend and investor named Tunde, wavers. The conversation between them is the most personal scene in the entire series.
I need you in the office, now.
It's 3 a.m.
It names names, government
EMEKA
names
goes
with
silent
evidence.
publicly.
Don't
No
touch it. I'm on
statements,
my way.
no press. Instead, he releases one single document through an anonymous source, a document that dismantles every false claim with surgical precision and points directly back at the attackers.
Who is really behind the EMEKA attack?
Every channel, they want a response from Senator Briggs.
He won't give one.
The 3 companies behind the attack have gone completely dark.
He had learned something valuable in his first fall, that fighting noise with noise only makes more noise. The truth, delivered quietly to the right person at the right moment, does not need to shout. It simply needs to land. And at 3 a.m., in a newsroom on the 3rd floor of a building nobody was watching, it landed.
Oga, now you be EMEKA, the real one? What's your EMEKA?
Stay stubborn, Chukwuemeka. It's the most useful thing you'll ever be.
EMEKA makes his most unexpected move yet. He announces a foundation that will fund young entrepreneurs from the same streets he came from. He returns to his old roadside stall neighborhood, alone, on foot.
I don't come from money. I don't have connections. But my idea works. I just need one person here to believe it before I do. She reminds me of someone.
Yeah.
Evening. EMEKA sits at the foundation launch event, watching young entrepreneurs pitch their ideas on stage. He is not on the stage. He is in the audience, quietly watching, smiling, finally at peace.
This is what we've been building toward.
These figures put us in a global conversation. Who benefits on the ground? Find out. Then we decide if we want it.
They thought he was invincible. He wasn't. They thought he was finished. He wasn't that either. The truth, the one nobody writes about, nobody films, nobody posts, is that he was just a man, a stubborn, flawed, occasionally blind man who refused to let the worst moments of his life be the last ones. And in a room full of young dreamers who didn't yet know what was coming for them, he sat quietly, and he hoped that when it did, they would remember what he had shown them, that falling is not the end. Getting up slowly, quietly, without applause, that is where the real story lives.
EMEKA, I am not writing to ask for anything. I know I have no right to ask you for anything. I have thought every day about what I said in that garage, about the table. I was wrong, not about what I did. I cannot pretend that. But about why? I told myself it was about the table. It wasn't. It was about being afraid that without your shadow, I was nothing. I destroyed you to find out if I could exist without you. I could not. That is my sentence, more than this place.
You fool.
Hatred is simple. It requires nothing from you except the willingness to hold it. What Dare's letter demanded was something far more difficult, the willingness to understand. Not forgive, not forget, not excuse, just understand. To look at the man who had dismantled everything and see not just the enemy, but the fear inside the enemy. The small, ordinary human fear that drove an extraordinary betrayal. EMEKA did not respond that night, but he read the letter a fourth time before he left.
3 revenue streams you're not maximizing. 2 markets your competitors think you've abandoned.
Why me specifically?
You've been all the way down and all the way back. That's not a track record, that's a curriculum.
You remind me of someone. Who? A man who confused hunger with wisdom.
Femi arrives, confident, smooth, a little too comfortable for a first meeting. He sits without waiting to be invited, spreads his presentation without being asked, talks fast and well. EMEKA watches him more than he listens. Close-up of Femi's hands, moving constantly, selling every word.
You're restructuring everything we just rebuilt. Why?
Because I know what happens when one man holds too much.
The market will call this weakness.
Let them.
Power that cannot be taken is not built by holding tighter. It is built by designing something that does not depend on any single pair of hands, including your own. EMEKA had learned this in the most expensive classroom available to a human being, the school of total loss. And standing in that boardroom, watching the shock move slowly toward understanding on the faces of people who had doubted him before and would doubt him again, he felt something he had never once felt in all his years of building. He felt free.
You look thin.
I'm not thin, Mama.
Are you happy?
I think I'm finally learning what that means.
Every empire, every extraordinary story of rise and fall and rise again begins and ends at the same place. Not a boardroom, not a courtroom, not a parking garage or a hospital or a foundation launch or a government contract, a table, a mother, a plate of food made by hands that believed in you before you had given them any reason to. EMEKA had fought senators and survived betrayal and rebuilt from nothing twice and restructured an empire and mentored a boy from Oshodi and read a letter from the man who broke him and chosen, slowly, imperfectly, finally, to become something better than what the world had tried to make him. And at the end of all of it, at the end of the war and the wounds and the wisdom, he sat at his mother's table, ate her food, and was just her son. That was enough. That was everything. That was the whole story.